Now, the rest of the story.
Welcome back, guys. I'm at the home farm cultivating again. I just spent the last 5 hours trying to get some of my ground, some of my corn side dressed. Well, 5 hours doesn't seem like a lot, but the problem is I only had 10 acres to go because I got a bunch of it done the other day. And literally, I've had the worst luck ever cultivating, trying to get that ground done. I am trying to side dress, and I had not every problem possible go wrong, but I mean, I'm still running yet, so there's still time for something to blow up. But I had the wheels fall off, or the gauge wheels fall off from the cultivator from blowing a line on the fertilizer, to losing one of the rubber wheels off of one of the gauge wheels, to the bearing, to, man, what else did I have? Oh, I had a plugged orifice too. So more than enough, and every time I had an issue, I had to come back to the farm because I wasn't able to work on it in the field because it was simply that tedious. And I need to put gloves on because I'm working with this fertilizer. Because right now the cultivator is completely covered in the fertilizer I was putting on. And here on the home farm, I'm not side dressing anything. I'm simply just breaking the ground open because the ground is hard. And if we get another rain shower here, which they're actually calling for thunder showers tonight, I say it allows that rain to kind of get into the soil rather than just run off and create these ditches that you just saw me drive through. But the crops look good, really can't deny that. And especially with some sunshine and some heat, the crops are just going to do that much better. I'm not in any position to start guesstimating yields, but just from what I'm hearing around the country and seeing a lot of even just a lot of local corn that doesn't look as nice as it did last year, I'm feeling pretty good about ours. But we pretty much, from what I've been told, we pretty much got all of our corn in, at least 90-some% of our corn in about the perfect planting window. But that was a pretty rough week of running. And it's finally, I don't know if you guys can see the bean field very well at all, but the beans have looked rough from day one. I'm definitely not proud of how we put them in. And from all the circumstances that I had given, I'm glad we got them in like we did. Otherwise, we probably would have been putting them in probably a week ago, a good month after we had actually gotten them put in. Time will tell. Soybeans can take a lot of abuse, and they can look like crap and get just the right amount of rain in August, September, preferably August, and they could still yield really well. Population, I cut down on them. I've said that more than once already. Wish I would have kept the population up because I honestly think the emergence would have been a lot quicker. Because when you have them closer together, they can push up out of the ground as a group. And as far as the corn goes, it's starting to get past that ugly stage. It did look kind of rough there for the first week or two once it got out of the ground, but it is finally starting to pull out of it. The roots are starting to grab some of the nutrients that are in the soil and really take off here. We were talking about getting the urea spread before long here, because something that we haven't really done, that we've never done before, is actually top dressing 100% of our corn acres with urea. We did not do anhydrous this year, and honestly I think we got really lucky with that aspect, because from what I understand, the anhydrous, for those that got it in on time, the anhydrous is actually deeper than what some of the roots can get to. And some of the guys that don't or hadn't put down liquid 28 with their first pass of corn, the corn looks pretty sick because the roots haven't gotten to the anhydrous or can't get to the anhydrous, because I guess, which isn't a big surprise, compaction is a pretty big thing this year. And something else that I don't know if Ryan's ever done before. I think maybe Ryan has, but on about approximately 60 acres of mine, instead of applying the liquid side dress with the cultivator, I do have a bunch of ground that I'm planning on hitting with the self-propelled sprayer from the local, well, from Crop Max. Andrew's going to be doing it, and he's going to wide drop a bunch of, well, like I said, approximately 60 acres of my corn at tassel. That's something I'm interested in seeing. I like to see how it compares to what I can do with the cultivator. And honestly, the later in the season you can apply it, the better off you are. Yep, see, you got a little off center there. And according to statistics, if you want to say, side dressing at tassel, you're looking at a minimum of 7 bushels to the acre, because you're applying it right around when the plant really needs it. Well, I'm hoping to see some pretty good comparisons here. The plan is I have 24 rows around the outside of the field planted as a headland. So I am going to cultivate the field. The whole field is getting cultivated. The only difference is I'm only going to be applying the liquid side dress with this machine on the headlands. And then I'm going to just cultivate the rest of it, get the groundwork, get it opened up, get the air down to the roots, because largely that's what I'm trying to do right now. It does, if you guys can see where I haven't cultivated, at the beginning of the video here, you can see the ground was crusted. At this point, yeah, the plant is up out of the ground, but it doesn't allow air and moisture to get down roots as readily as it does after I go through and do this. The ground that I was working this morning when I was side dressing, when the ground's worked like this and you're dropping that liquid into the soil, it just readily absorbs it, as opposed to it just sitting on top of the soil. And don't get me wrong, I had some areas where I had to pick the cultivator up out of the ground to save taking out a bunch of rows unnecessary. And I just ran the liquid down and still at least got the product down to the ground. I mean, yes, I didn't work it in, but it will still get some benefits. But I really do like having it worked in. If I'm paying for this stuff, I at least want to make sure that I'm getting the full benefits of it. I don't know if I've told you that, or if anybody has gotten that in the last video or so, but the side dressing was approximately $25 just for the product that I was putting down. Hey, a golf ball. I really should stop and grab that. I'm not really sure. That's the second one I've actually found so far. Not really sure where they're coming from. I mean, I have a hard time thinking that it's coming from Rockville down here, because that'd be one heck of a hit. But it's not. Well, now that I think about it, a few years ago we went through and picked up a bunch of golf balls from down in this lower field, and we were throwing them for the dogs, and the dogs were playing with them. Maybe a little bit of a stretch, but not out of the realm of possibility. And for anybody that may ask, am I going to cultivate the soybeans? I'm not planning on it, no. I really don't like the idea of cultivating soybeans if I can help it. Mainly just because we're going through with the chemical dicamba, and that actually does a really nice job keeping the soybeans cleaned up. I do worry a little bit more about damaging roots with soybeans because soybeans, they actually bush out more, and I don't really want to run the risk of shearing off any soybean roots if I can help it. And really, I think the bigger benefit, or the crop that's currently getting the most benefit from this, is the corn. And with only one tractor and one unit running, we can't run over all of our corn. I would really like to get another tractor and another cultivator running and have at least two of us running and doing all this. Ideally, I'd love to side dress all of our corn, Dad, Ryan's, and my own. But right now, I'm the only one that's currently side dressing. This is Dad's corn, by the way. It's on the home farm, and we really weren't planning on doing it, to be honest. But walking across it, especially back behind the buildings, it was literally, it really was literally like walking on concrete. So I'm just trying to run this low enough that it's getting underneath that crust and busting it up. If I drop it down too low, what'll happen is it'll pull up mud with those back shovels, and it rolls it over and drops it on the corn. And I really don't want to. When you get to the corn to this point in the growing stage, you really don't want to see any of it knocked over. So hopefully, we're looking at 300 bushel corn. Honestly, I don't know. Yeah, we got a missing row of corn too. And anybody that's wondering, I did plant this at like 3 o'clock in the morning. The on-track and the egg weeder monitor and everything, if I didn't have that, that would have made this a lot more difficult. Not impossible, but a lot more difficult. All right, thanks for riding along. I'm gonna get back to it because I'm not driving as fast as I really could be, and this is definitely one job that really shouldn't be taking my focus off of it. So until next time, take care, take it easy, keep in touch. I'll talk to you then.